Nice. Oh, freaking sweet, dude. Straight up boondocking. Whoops. Got a little snowy up in here. Dang it. So check it out. A new chapter in full-on nomadic lifestyle living. Started working up here in Salt Lake the other day on a full-time basis. My job has me here for a week on, week off, and I have to commute back and forth to Ogden, which is about a 50-mile drive for me each way, every day. So that's 100 miles every day, times 7. That's 700 freaking miles. So the mileage alone is problem numero uno, but secondly, it's the time span. It takes about an hour each way, so that's like 2 hours on the road every day. So it's just temporary, although it may be for a couple years, a few years. So anyway, not this morning, but yesterday morning, ended up driving all the way home and crashing out, sleeping at the rest stop in the Subaru on the way home because I was freaking beat after my shift. So I said, you know what, screw that. Trying to catch 3 or 4 hours of sleep in the rest stop just on my commute home. It's freaking brutal, man. So I said, it's time to finally step it up and start bringing the truck, and when needs be, when I have a restless night at work, actually using the truck to camp out in and crash out in. So that brings us to where we are today, here in glorious, beautiful Cottonwood Canyon, Big Cottonwood Canyon, and in the middle of a freaking sweet snowstorm, dude. Now, you're not supposed to camp here in Big Cottonwood Canyon, or either of them. And so technically I'm not camping, I'm just having a nap before my hike, you could say. But anyway, I wanted to show you the sleeping arrangement that I got set up here. It's still makeshift. I have not yet built the sleeping platform and drawer system, but as an add-on to the video I did the other day with the storage boxes and stuff, I was in Home Depot and they have these pads for sale for 19 bucks. I didn't spring for it that day until yesterday. And I was like, God dang it, man, I'm getting out of this car and I'm gonna pick that thing up. And I picked up the pad, got home, I was like, well, what the heck am I gonna put on it for a sheet? And it dawned on me that, why don't I try this one of my old sleeping bags? So I got this old Wenzel sleeping bag, which is pretty sweet. Flipped it around inside out, so you got a nice flannel on the one side, and sure enough, dude, instant sleeping platform. And I got about 7 hours of sleep here, you guys. So without having to drive 2 hours and getting 7 hours of sleep, quality sleep, and waking up to a snowstorm here in Big Cottonwood Canyon, that's the stuff of dreams right there, dude. So we're gonna head down into town, do some shopping, get some more gear that's necessary, and then start my shift later today. So no regrets. Just thought I'd show you the bed, and yeah, it works pretty good, man. It's like 3 inches of foam. It's dense enough to be pretty freaking comfortable, even without having like a board or anything. You can see how it's kind of uneven a little bit. Dude, prime. It worked freaking great. And the windows steamed up enough to where you get a little bit of privacy. And so, yeah, dude, worked out good. Let's get the heck out of here. Before we head down the road, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that I was inspired for this strategy by my good friend Dave Connors, who I can link you to his website, Expedition Americas, where he spent several months overland traveling down through all the way through South America. And he made the full connection of the Pan American Highway from, ultimately he eventually connected it from Dead Horse all the way to Ushuaia. So when he and I met, we did a trip coming down from Alaska through Canada back home here, and it was about 8 days of overlanding. It was kind of my intro to it, really. And in his sweet 200 series Land Cruiser, and that dude had a bed just like this set up inside his truck, and every night I had to pitch my freaking tent outside or string up my hammock, which I was absolutely stoked to do anyway. But man, like 7 or 8 nights worth of pristine camping. So anyway, shout out to Dave Connors. Check out his website. He's a total freaking legend, and he's the one who is the inspiration for the proper, in my case, semi-proper sleeping arrangement. So yeehaw, freaking snow rallying, baby. Can't beat it. Man, I have not been up to snowboard in either of the Cottonwood Canyons in so many years. It is absurd. It saddens me. But here we are, about 7 miles from where I'll be working for the foreseeable future. So I think it is in my future, if perhaps not this winter, then the next coming winters. So you guys, I want to tell you about my plans for the hot tent. I've narrowed it down to a couple of hot tent stoves that I want to buy, but I've got some plans for both the ARB awning room tent that I use on this truck to turn it into a hot tent for camping and overnighting, particularly in snowy conditions like this. So kind of excited about that. I don't know if I'll get all the stuff purchased and modified. I've got to install a stove jack and get the thing set up so it can be used, but I don't know if I'll get that done before winter is done here. Either way, I'm gonna go out and put it to the test, so pretty excited about that. And then I'm planning to get a really tiny titanium wood stove and use it both in this truck as well as my floorless tent, which I'll be using for the motorcycle. So anyway, stay tuned for that. Hopefully it'll be pretty cool. These canyons are freaking prime, dude. During heavy snowstorms though, we get major avalanche danger through these parts, and they gotta blast it. They'll shut down the whole canyon for a day or more sometimes. So beautiful. They had to instate these traction law into effect for these canyons, meaning you have to either have chains, which are totally impractical in this little of snow, or proper snow winter tires with certain rating. I don't know the number system for it, but my tires fit that no problem. Because there's so many people up here, especially on a big powder day, that climb or try to descend this road, that have two-wheel drive cars and just regular summer tires on, and it's a huge problem. I mean, you're slip sliding off the road, causing traffic jams. I'd say it's pretty common, before they instated this law that they have to enforce at the bottom of the canyon and the top probably, that it'd be pretty common for there to be 15, 20 accidents or more, probably more, on big snow days when people are coming up riding. So It's definitely a steep ass road with lots of turns and twisties, and if it gets slick, man, and you don't have proper tires on this road, good luck if you manage to even get through the checkpoints. So that's necessary. That's a good thing that they did. All right, dudes, we're getting pretty close. We're almost out of here, so finally, now, this time, we'll see you on the next one.